You're an idiot.
Welcome to Husky Radio, episode 13.
Welcome.
Everything is going to go wrong in this podcast, I can tell, because it's episode 13.
The third.
What?
It fell
It fell on its own.
Paranormal activity.
Paranorman.
Wow.
We've got so many things on the docket tonight. Mm-hmm. I think this is the longest list we've had.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. We're going to talk about some trailers that have been released. We've got some news, some Star Wars news.
Star Wars.
We've got some Destiny news, as always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the biggest of the big news.
The biggest of the big.
Is, now I don't remember.
The good thing we wrote it down.
It's a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that's right. A new Nintendo console that we are going to talk about.
Switch.
Is that your Switch noise?
Yeah.
That's your Switch noise?
Yeah, it goes. I go.
I hope it makes that noise.
Click.
When we click it in there.
I want Kyle's voice just saying click.
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 You have clicked.
Can we make a video sometime that's just every time it would be a noise, it's just Kyle saying
making
the
that noise.
onomatopoeia, not making the noise, just like
say,
just pop, fizz,
Fizz. Indeed.
It's fantastic. Oh, wow. First, I guess we'll just start. We'll just jump right into it.
How are
Logan
you?
trailer.
That's what you mean.
The Logan trailer.
Logan.
Are we excited about another Wolverine movie from Fox?
If it's an X-Men movie and Bryan Singer's not involved, then damn it, I'm excited.
Can't go wrong there.
I don't really like any of the normal X-Men movies except for First Class. And
First Class, yeah, I really
is like okay.
I have enjoyed every single X-Men movie that I've seen.
Even Wolverine?
Even Wolverine.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes, I have seen it, and I said, this is a good movie. I said that,
when is the last
and then all the
time
comic
you saw
book
it?
people just had some
But
problems
when is
with
the
it.
last time you saw it? I'm just curious.
I saw it in theaters.
All right, well,
once.
even I've only seen it one time as well, and even I didn't like vehemently hate it, but we were right at that age, you know.
The thing about X-Men movies that I love is cool X-Men superpower stuff, and that movie had cool X-Men power,
but they looked really
stuff.
bad. Like the CG in that movie
Maybe,
looked
yeah.
terrible. I just remembered there was one part where it looked like they didn't even finish rendering Wolverine's claws. Like I was like, are these even attached to his hand? Ugh.
They're just kind of moving a little
it
bit
just
on his
didn't
knuckle.
It didn't look good.
They move
Yeah.
up his arm.
It looked
and
like
they move
someone's
back down.
first pass. Like they just didn't have time to finish it.
I didn't see the second Wolverine, or the one in Tokyo or
I like
Japan.
that one. I saw that one.
I didn't see that one because I thought
I didn't see that
bad.
one either because I
it
just
was
don't
way
trust
better
him.
than X-Men Origins.
I thought it looked bad.
Just don't
I
trust
said,
him at this point.
Don't like that one.
No, it was okay. The ending was bad, but the rest of it was pretty cool. Like he loses his healing factor and then he gets it back, so it's that classic, like, you know, like when you're just waiting for someone to go Super Saiyan finally and he gets it back and you're just like, yeah.
That's fun. I want to watch it now.
It is. It's good. It's just the last fight where they're trying to like, this old man is trying to use his DNA to like become immortal, and then turns out he's the Silver Samurai, but he's like a giant robot suit, and it's really dumb.
Of course.
Classic.
Now, Old Man Logan. I mean, that's what we're getting.
Old Man Logan.
I'm excited for Old Man Logan.
I think it's not the Old Man Logan comic.
Right,
it's
no,
basically
not at
just,
all.
They're just like, he's
older.
We're gonna call it Logan, and he's gonna be old.
Yeah.
That's it, basically. But it looks awesome, I think.
And they got Johnny Cash singing "Hurt."
That's all it takes for Kyle.
come on.
Kyle's in.
Freaking beautiful trailer.
It's one of the most beautiful
I only
songs
saw
of all
one
time.
cool X-Men move part where he brings out his claws, but I didn't care because it looked like a sweet Western movie or something. Like it just looks so different than all the other X-Men movies, I'm just so excited for it.
It looks a little more emotional. You know, as he's driving, driving Miss Daisy.
It's clearly The Last of Us, right? Like that's what I said.
It does have a Last of Us
exactly
vibe.
like
Yeah,
The Last of Us, but with X-23 and Wolverine.
Exactly. No, I definitely see the comparisons.
Old man traveling a wasteland kind of vibe,
and he's driving Professor Xavier around.
I don't know what that's about. How old can he be if Professor Xavier?
I know, like
is
if
still
Logan
around?
looks old,
I think he's dead.
like
I'm calling it now. Professor Xavier is just in Wolverine.
Dead the whole time.
He's dead the whole time.
It could be that he's just been body jumping for years, and he's just like mentally presenting himself the way that we see him.
Yeah. That's my guess. But what right do you now, like? Calling it episode 13.
Are Wolverine's powers really weakened, or like how much time do you think has passed?
He doesn't even seem interested in using his powers. Like, I think that's the big point.
But he had like scars and stuff, which he normally wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it can't be that long because Xavier's still around, right?
But if he's been body hopping with his brain powers, he could be around forever, really.
Right.
But the technology didn't look like super advanced or anything.
No, because he was just sleeping in that, the dome thing.
They should just make it
They showed
Max,
it real fast. I was like, interesting.
They should make it Mad Max, but it's Wolverine. I've watched
that too. Yeah. But yeah, little young X-23.
Which is weird because she was in X-Men too.
Who is X-23? What is it?
I don't know much about her. She's like girl Wolverine.
Basically.
She's got claws that come
the fingernail claws. When he fights her in the one movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's her. Okay.
It's her, but she's much younger.
Doesn't make any sense.
Timelines are all.
We've done a lot of time traveling in the movies now. So
well, they completely like wiped the canon when at the end of First Class, right? At some point they were just like,
pretty much said,
none of that happened. Xavier doesn't die by, whatever that
Phoenix explodes him.
He's still alive, so I just erased that.
I just can't accept those.
But it doesn't even make
real
sense.
Movies.
If she exploded him, why was he alive in the Days of Future Past before they went back in time anyway?
Well, Days of Future Past is on the new timeline.
When does the new timeline?
I thought it was the end of First Class. They were like, "Oh, things have changed now." I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
I forget. But
he was still Xavier like body jumped at the end of the last.
I think they're banking on us forgetting, so we don't question. We go in going, "Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen a Wolverine movie. I don't remember what happened last time."
If you think about it, like Apocalypse takes place like in the 80s, which means in like 20 years, less than 20, like 15 years, James McAvoy's supposed to become Patrick Stewart.
Stewart.
Which doesn't make any sense.
He's bald now, though, so he's on his way, I guess. Right? Yeah, I know.
It does not look good bald.
He's not a good bald man. Patrick Stewart, amazing bald man.
What did you guys think of X-Men Apocalypse? Did you see
I never saw it.
I liked it.
I do not trust them. I will not go see Logan.
You won't go see Logan?
Nope.
Interesting.
You won't see Logan?
Nope.
Wow.
I think it looks good, but that's like a red box for me. That's
all right. Wow, that's acceptable. Okay. I judge the X-Men movies based on the people who are making them, not just on the fact that they're X-Men movies. So I don't like Bryan Singer movies.
I like
the
first X-Men movie.
That one's terrible.
Yep.
It's awful.
But I was 12.
You were young.
So I loved everything that came out about X-Men.
Do you like First Class?
I do like First Class.
Right.
But I did not see that one in theaters.
That's the best one.
I think I saw Days of Future Past in theaters, and based solely on First Class, really. And
then it was a little bit worse.
I was like,
it was Bryan Singer again, so it's a little bit worse. I get it.
They roped me in. That's what I felt like. I was roped in with First Class.
We all know I'll see it in theaters, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. No, I expect you to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there was a little less substance trailer, but
way less substance trailer, and so we definitely have to talk about,
any substance
about Guardians 2.
Yes.
Which really was things are going to happen with our guys.
Yeah.
And ladies.
And awesome that music again.
Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga. Yeah, I mean,
I can't fight this feeling.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
It's so bad.
It was really bad. I cannot wait
terrible.
Specifically for the soundtrack. I loved soundtrack to the first one.
Got awesome vinyl.
So,
that's how hip I.
Whoa, so hip.
Vinyl.
Which is when all those songs originally, came out.
If you're a purist,
vinyl,
you would get it on cassette tape, though. Just saying.
Think. So. No, we have CD and vinyl, but we were looking for the 8-track.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. We got really nothing other than big explosions. Things are happening.
That's all we needed to
One
know,
funny scene with the big dude,
Drax
with Drax hugging
Dave
him,
Batista,
which made me laugh. I just can't wait to see this movie and see the characters again together.
They're great characters.
Yeah, they're fun. Baby Groot, little Baby Groot, who's a foot tall, and I am a little interested. Are they going to keep him a baby the whole time? Is he going to grow?
Sure make him big. They got to get Vin Diesel's voice in there. He's got to get big.
I am Groot.
They'll probably have something where he kind of like how he protected them last time. This time he'll grow.
He'll just
in order to save them.
Time to stop. Maybe he becomes giant, huge,
super Groot,
like the real Groot. Ginormous. Yes, that would be fantastic. Not slightly
Groot,
above.
Because there's a real Groot.
Like in the original comics,
I get what you're saying. I know, but I just like I like the concept of there's a real Groot, out there that he's based on. Yeah.
What do you mean, the real Groot?
The real Groot.
What are you talking about?
I think in this one,
the real one,
Yondu is part of the team now.
Yes, it certainly looks like
that was a cool
joined up
scene with him walking through and like bodies everywhere.
Did his thingy get bigger? And people listening to the audio are like, what did his thing get bigger? I'm making this thing with my head. He's got a head thing, the
he's
mohawk
got a
thing.
Metal mohawk.
It looked different.
Deal.
It looked different to me, like slightly larger. I don't know. I noticed protuberances.
Is the chick the robot chick, blue chick? What's her name?
Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillan.
I know, but who's she play? I can't remember her name.
I don't know her name.
All right.
Sister.
Yeah.
Sister.
Is she?
It looked like she was captured by someone.
Okay. Because I mean, she's in it, so I feel like it's inevitable that they're gonna team up. Around.
And it might be rescuing her in some way. That might be the story. Really don't know a whole lot, which is kind of cool.
I think the theme is if you're blue and you were kind of a bad guy in the first movie, now you're a good guy.
I think so too.
That's good.
That's what I would go with. But it did look like
redemption.
It did look like there was more make just for the one little brief second where we saw Karen Gillan's character. It looked like there was more makeup on her, so I'm guessing there's going to that she's playing more of a role. I mean, and that she probably didn't buzz her head.
Yeah,
that's just my guess. She's probably wearing a ball cap,
probably
this time around, which is cool.
Which is fine. Good call for her if she wants to act in other things.
Yeah, you never know.
All right,
you never know.
So those are movies that are coming.
Those are movies we're all excited about. Keeping with the movie train, we've got to talk about Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
As Lando.
Dong Lover himself.
Yes.
That's his name.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover as Lando in a new young Han Solo movie.
And in which all the Star Wars fans have collectively cried out, just make it a Lando movie.
Please. I'm so much more okay with somebody else playing Lando than I am with someone else playing Han.
Han is a very unique character, and he's just
the whole character is
so Harrison Ford.
It is exactly the whole character is I'm Harrison Ford.
Anyone playing Han is playing Harrison Ford.
Yes.
And it's gonna come across as cheesy.
I can't think of a more stressful role to take on. You have to act like Harrison Ford.
Right. Harrison Ford doesn't even want to play those characters.
You have to literally play the most beloved sci-fi character of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to. I would just can I go live with Harrison Ford for a while? Harrison, just help me out here. Let me try and act. Let me try and be you.
I'm super excited for Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian.
Yes,
I think that is so cool.
He's a great actor, and I'm excited for him to be successful. But just in general, I'm not excited for the movie.
No, and
I'm excited for the movie. I have hope.
I'm worried.
I need a new hope.
I have a new hope.
I'm worried. I'm really excited about Rogue One, and I have no doubt that that's going to be just an awesome movie.
That one looks great, yeah.
But it's so hard. It's got to be hard to make a Han movie. I mean, any of those young Indiana Jones movies that were straight to VHS were terrible.
The TV show stuff, right?
Just terrible. And that's because you cannot play young Harrison Ford. It's not possible.
Or is it?
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
But the actors, who is playing him now?
It's that kid from
I don't know his name.
I remember every choice. I was like, oh God, no, not him. So I'm not.
Yeah, the one that they did finally pick, I didn't recognize him from anything. I think he's from tweenager movies
Divergent.
Yes, it's something
Maze
like
Runner.
that. He's from one of those.
Edward Cullen.
It might be, yeah. Let's just get him to play.
I gotta say though, I'm looking forward to. Is Donald Glover going to? How is he going to impersonate Billy D. Williams without it seeming like a joke?
He's just going to open a Colt 45.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm confused. I'm worried
Colt
it's going to come
45.
across the whole time he's just hey baby, it's fine.
Well, he was so 70s. Billy D as Lando was so 70s. He was so over the top, almost disco.
Yeah.
Disco.
Oh yes.
In Star Wars. And so I think he's got to play it a little more cool, a little more laid back, definitely a little, bit of a swagger. But I'd be really I'd be worried about overacting it. Like,
Exactly.
it'd be such an easy role to overact.
It's a very easy one to just get too into the I'm Lando
swag and all of that. But I don't know.
Donald Glover is good at something.
His more recent, yes,
he was always great on Community too. Like
his serious
big,
moments,
but he knew how to he was big perfectly.
Yes,
he was always the right amount of.
I'm excited. I think he will make the movie. Yes. Like if it's good, we'll point a lot of fingers at him.
Mm-hmm. Him and Chewbacca are really the key here.
Yeah, their interactions and
Jar Jar is the key to all of it.
Jar Jar, yes.
Jar Jar is the key to all of it. Yeah. Donald Glover. We're excited about that. I think we're all excited,
Everyone's
but we're all
excited.
A little skeptical about the movie, except for maybe Kyle.
Except for me, I understand the concerns, but I have faith. I'm putting my faith in Star Wars and Disney, and I'm saying that you can do this. You can make a good movie out of this idea.
It's going to be the only, unless the trailers amaze me, it'll be the only one that I don't go see opening night in the theater of Star Wars movies.
You won't do it?
If the trailers don't really suck
amazing.
me in,
I mean,
if I watch the trailer and even have a second where I'm like, that's not Harrison Ford.
You're just saying opening night.
I'll wait for reviews, and if they're all it's really good, then I'll go see it. But any other Star Wars movie, they basically just have to release it, and I'll be there. And if it's the worst thing ever, I'll find out in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
And it'll be cool to see what we start
hits.
seeing. Yeah, when that trailer hits.
That's going to be the real discussion.
And it's going to be a while. I mean, he was
he was just cast. We still have
at least a
Rogue
couple
One,
weeks.
Episode 8, and then that one.
It's going to be some time, and that'll be interesting too, because both of these actors are going to age a little bit more, and they're going to be working on it. I mean, I know it's a year and a half away, but still, I mean. Maybe
they're not getting any younger.
They're certainly, unless something crazy happens, they're not getting any younger. True miracle of science.
But can we all agree that the movie we really want is for an Obi-Wan movie with Ewan McGregor? So it's not terrible. He's great.
Yeah,
that'd be
great.
He's
fantastic.
good.
We need a good movie with him in it.
And he's getting too old now.
He really does.
He'd have to be
good.
I saw a great picture of him done up as a perfect in between Alec Guinness and Obi-Wan.
That'd be amazing.
I know.
Because I love most of the movies that I've seen with him.
Yeah, he's the good part of the prequels.
Yeah,
he really is. You just want more
he's
of him.
Garbage to handle.
Stop showing me Hayden Christensen. Just I don't want to see his face anymore.
People say who say that Rey might be his daughter somehow. They say that would change the whole series so that it was all around Obi-Wan rather than the Skywalkers. A little bit more. I've seen that theory out there.
Didn't I say that?
And
it was Rey. Rey was his kid. I feel like I said
we all know that Tanta Baba is Rey's real father.
Tanta Baba, yes.
So it's fine.
From the cantina.
Yes, Walrus Man.
That would actually. I'm connecting the dots. I mean, that just makes so much sense.
Scott has a theory. He has yet to make the video to prove it yet, even though we've still, asked him multiple times.
I want it.
What do we know? I mean, we know that
I'll dedicate an episode
Tanta Baba
to you.
Lost an arm because he was unable to communicate, with foreign creatures. So what would he instill in his child? The ability to communicate with all creatures. What does Rey immediately do? She understands everyone intrinsically.
Fits together two Legos.
Wake up, people. It's right there.
Stay woke.
Bunch
of sheeple out there.
Yes.
Stay
Wake
woke.
up, America.
Get good.
There it is. All right.
Which leads us into what we're talking about perfectly.
Yeah, get good.
Getting good.
Get good.
We need to talk about Destiny.
Getting good gear.
Hard Raid or Festival of Lost?
Hard Raid.
Let's do Hard Raid first.
Hard Raid.
All right.
That's all me then, baby.
Yeah,
that is.
All
Scott, tell us about your Hard Raid mode experience.
It took me 2 days to beat it. Only because I ran out of time, not because it's that hard. It's pretty easy overall. There's not a lot of added challenge to the Hard Raid, I would say, but it's a lot of fun still, which is good. That's it.
Now the big thing online is that the first two parts with Vasek Part 1 and 2 take the most time.
Just Vasek Part 2.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. The first part is completely unchanged.
First part outside. Right?
Yeah, outside part completely unchanged. It's as far as I could tell. Really
inside.
nice.
So inside is I was seeing figures as it took 60% of the people running it that much time.
That seems accurate. I never had that much trouble with it. I think the most any runs that I did, like I did it 2 separate days because I joined in at Vosik once, and then today I came in again and I had to do the first half of the raid again. But when I joined in, I think it took us like 4 or 5 attempts to get it, and then today
That's not bad.
Today it took us like maybe like 6 or 7.
Really?
But when I joined in, it was because they had been stuck like forever at Vosik and people were quitting.
What makes it hard? Yeah,
I was going to ask.
It's
what's
just
the added
I
challenge?
think it's ad control with the fact that you have to throw 6 orbs all at the same time now.
Oh,
so
fun.
so everyone has to throw, which means like you have to be on top of your ads, and it's really easy for somebody to die trying to get the orb up far because their other teammate has picked up their orb and isn't helping them clear the ads anymore.
Right.
So the challenge becomes really you want to help the person who has to get to the far orb, clear the ads, get theirs, and then pick up yours if it's the closer one.
So it's really clear ads, and then everybody throw.
Yeah.
But what you're probably having is people
picking
ball
it
drops,
up. Yeah.
got to pick it up
because
right
if
away.
one person
but
picks
there's no
it up-
timer on that, is
Well,
there?
if one person picks it up, it kind of starts the timer on their orb exploding. So you have to.
So nobody pick them up till the ads are
essentially
cleared.
what
That's
would seem to be
and
the way to do it.
This all goes back to really the whole raid itself is about communication.
Yes.
This is something we talked about a while ago. That it's all about communication, and so when you're in a group that sucks at communicating, you're gonna struggle.
That was I'd say that the first time I joined in, we ran it maybe like 4 times with this first group of guys, and it would literally be like the balls would drop and this guy would already be counting like 1, 2, 3, throw. And I'm like, I haven't even killed anything to pick it up yet. Like, why are you counting?
That's because you didn't have Kyle there counting.
Exactly. I needed Kyle to yell
1, 2, 3, it's salsa time.
Exactly.
You're salsa time.
I can't play if no one's yelling it's salsa time, and so I need someone yelling that it's salsa time.
And then,
otherwise, I fail.
So we tried with these guys, and eventually they got angry and they quit. Basically, like 3 of the guys left, and it was just me, Sean, and a random guy that we were playing with. And we managed to get some other people on LFG, and they came in. We beat it on our first try because they were way better at communicating.
Yeah.
So I almost felt bad for those guys that gave up right before we beat it. The only other added challenge is that now the doors are like. They start to close for the rooms that you have to go into. So
Like the actual door, like
the door,
not
goes
the bar,
down
not
on
the
it.
sensor, but the actual
the actual
metal door.
So you have to slide into the room. That's it. Like,
And that's where I'm
it
going to
just
mess
makes
up
you feel.
every time.
It makes you feel way more badass at the last second when you're like, go, and you slide.
And then can you reach
under.
your hand out and grab your hat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
And there's no revives, right?
No revives, no.
Yeah,
Which is
so-
why if you lose somebody,
It's-
like you
yeah.
lose one person, then an ad control was obviously already a problem if you lost someone. Now it's
See
just
ya.
yeah.
See ya.
Although me and one other guy almost finished it, just the 2 of us earlier today.
Oh, cool.
Everybody else died on the team, and we were just like, I ran to the middle and tried to throw 2 balls because we were on the last damage phase, but a stupid shank came down and got in the way of my ball, which is
Every
the only reason
time.
we didn't
Classic.
do it.
Every time.
I know. I don't know why I went middle. I hate middle.
Yeah. I ran middle for the first time. I'm almost always right. And I
we're
was
usually
you
right
were on
together.
right.
Yeah.
And I was on mid with someone I didn't know, but he was really good, so that helped. And I'm still trying to. I think I've completed the raid twice all the way through now.
Yes.
I've helped some people on various parts, but all the way through, completed it twice. And I'm still trying to get comfortable with it. I'm just really nervous about jumping into the hard mode because I'm still trying to get comfortable. I'm always the one who messes something up.
Don't feel bad. I messed up. I made us wipe twice on Axis Phase 2 today when we were beating it. So
that one
understand.
is it for me. It's the jumping. Like anytime there's jumping, I'm gonna mess it up. And so if I'm empowered and
You
he
just
gets
get
on my
nervous.
side, I'm sweating. I get shaky.
You just
my stomach
close your
turns,
eyes, hope for the best. Just don't press
and I
buttons.
miss every time.
I'll say this though: if you're nervous about jumping into the hard raid, it is not that much of a change from the normal raid, so you shouldn't feel discouraged. If you can handle the normal raid, if you've beaten it and you're of the recommended light level, I believe anybody could beat the hard raid.
Yeah, we would have gone We would have gone no wipes had I not missed that jump, and that would have been nice. But it happens.
It happens.
The other part I messed up was again jumping because I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
I think it's because I play a hunter and I just like to jump constantly, and so I never really look where I'm jumping. I'm just jumping. So when I have to jump tactically,
don't let them make you think all hunters are bad at jumping. I'm great at
no,
jumping.
you are an excellent jumper. I am a terrible jumper. But during the Outbreak Prime, I'm usually calling numbers, and someone said, I'll call numbers. I guess I'm jumping. And I said, guys, you don't want me jumping? No, you can do it. And I'm like, it was really nice of them. They were great.
Yeah.
Shout out to that whole team that I think Ballistic Kitty put it together.
Yep. Yep.
But it was a good group. They were nice guys. They were walking just one person through for the Outbreak Prime to get the monitors. So everyone was really patient, and I jumped and just miscounted kind of thing. And one dude, like I knew that I messed it up, but I thought it was because I had mislanded. He goes, I don't want to be mean or no offense or something like that, but I think you jumped on the wrong one. And I said, but isn't it 0, 1, 2? But except for this one, he goes, no, I think they're all 0. And everyone then jumped in, corrected me, and he was a really nice dude.
Sounds like a dick.
No,
I don't.
he said that, and someone else on the team
bad
goes,
about this.
Tons of
feel
offense.
like you're worthless and can't count, but I don't want you to feel that way. But
This is why you're an English teacher.
It really is. Counting and rows and
Yes.
not gonna happen.
Okay.
But they were really patient, and it was really nice. And there's been a lot of salt. There's been a lot of salt in the Destiny community lately, and there are still good guys out there.
Still good people out there.
Still good people in the community.
Yeah. Part 2 of the raid, heroic mode. Yeah, the siege engine. Everything's the same up until you're trying to get back on the ship, and it drops a fallen walker right in front of the walkway.
Nice.
Was that much of an impediment?
It's not bad as long as you time it well. You don't have to kill the walker. All you need to do is make sure you have all 3 guys close, and then break one of the legs and have them
So
all
he kinda-
dart past it while it's
break
stunned.
the legs.
That's the way to do
I'll
it.
break
You got to sweep the leg.
Yes.
I'm breaking
I've
legs.
never. The 2 times I've beaten it, we didn't even think about killing the walker. We just stunned it and went by it. That was it.
Now, do you think in the future, like as people get higher and higher lights, that they'll just take out the walker, or is 400?
I think
really going to make that much of a difference.
I don't think it'll make much of a difference because it wouldn't be that hard. Like, it would just make it easier to take the leg out quick and run by.
Yeah.
It really is all it is. Like,
Because I did notice all of us were playing the normal.
Yeah.
Again, low 390s, high 380s. Everything was a cakewalk.
much easier than when we do
Holy
it on the
cow.
day of and we're all 360
Yeah,
and we're just like, oh, help.
Everything was a struggle, but we're clearing everything,
Yes.
and it was
I love
not a problem.
I love leveling up and having raids become easier.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then Axis Phase 2 or Axis Phase 1 is all that's different is there's turrets now that respawn like every 30 seconds
Oh, okay.
on each side.
Turds.
Turds.
Lots of turds.
Turrets. Turrets.
Oh, Tourette's.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
All you need to do is just make sure that
Every so
basically-
often
it actually kind of helps me because whenever the turret when you first get to your spot, shoot the turret with a sniper to kill it, and then by the time it comes back, that's exactly when the captains come out, so you know for sure
it's
that
a good
they're out.
timing
Yeah, it just
system.
makes it easier for me. So
Yeah.
it's just shoot the turret, clear ads, shoot it again, kill the captain, grab the cannon, whoever's there waiting to throw, keep an eye on the turret. That's all you got to do.
Nice. And phase 2?
Phase 2, the only difference is now instead of having everybody just has to throw one ball, there's always 3 servitors of each color that come out. And you have to hit them with, I think, 8 of the 9 balls. It
Interesting.
might only be 7. I'm not sure. One of the times we wiped because of me is because I assumed it would have to be all 9. And I was like, well, there's a servitor right here. I'm not going to get in my empowered spot ready to jump until somebody kills this servitor.
Right.
And then they threw the last ball and he teleported right by me. I'm like, I'm not in my spot.
No.
I see.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel throughout the whole raid.
I was like, there's
Just
no
running
way.
around going, and they're like, Tyler, you need to, turn your
Yeah,
mic off or
but
something.
eventually, I died and my team beat Axis without me today. But it was
You were
fine.
there.
I
You
was
were
there.
moral
I
support.
participated.
Moral
Yeah.
support.
I at least, a couple times made it through the rounds. I know I could have stayed alive and beaten it if it weren't for one dumb shank. But
Yeah.
yeah, easy way to kill Axis, by the way. Void swords, exotic void swords.
That's the
Oh,
rumor.
wow.
Yeah,
So
we
you
just
just-
had 3 of us up there. You just swing like crazy, you knock out like at least a third of his health every time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So have you soloed Axis normal mode yet?
No, I've not.
You haven't?
Unfortunately, not yet.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot
Ridiculous.
believe that someone did that.
Ridiculous.
Well, and that to me says a couple of things. One, people are really getting the mechanics down,
It's
on their
just
own.
Slayerage. He's the guy.
Yes.
Well, yeah, of
Every-
course.
Every time.
Of
It's
course.
ridiculous.
But I feel like it took much longer to solo Oryx. I mean,
Yeah.
am I wrong?
I know. I think you're right.
I think it took a while for people to.
I don't know
It's-
how someone can figure out how to solo anything.
They had to get high enough light to be able to stun him.
Yeah, that's the thing that I don't like about Oryx is that has that damage
Right.
that stops you from being able to move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, gear from the hard raid.
Yeah, it all looks pretty cool.
It's all pretty cool. I've gotten the sniper, the machine gun, the pulse rifle, and the hand cannon.
Nice.
The machine gun is awesome for killing bosses. Like, it's got the triple tap and the extra triple double.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
called. Where
So much ammo.
That's
basically,
a
it's just
fun one.
I always have ammo coming into my gun, either from the reserve or just being added, and I can literally fire if it's like a boss with a big, easy crit spot for like a full minute without
Yeah.
having to reload. I can just
Jeez, that's
destroy
nice.
them. And then the sniper has has basically better clown cartridge. It's the same one that the rocket
Yeah.
launcher has, where you're guaranteed a bigger clip and you get a fast reload, and it's the highest impact class, and it does bonus damage against fallen. So
Nice.
ridiculous
I
to
love
not
the
use
raid
that.
weapons.
They really
that they're
nailed it
so
this time.
dedicated to the raid.
Yeah, getting a raid
like
weapon is,
having them
yeah.
helps you in the raid, and I think that's really cool.
Yes, I agree. That's whenever I'm playing the raid, I'm just using all raid gear.
Yeah, even the armor. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everything really helps you, and I think that's fantastic. It's a good move on Bungie's part.
So good.
I didn't get to use the hand cannon yet. I can't remember what was special about it. I think maybe
I forget.
reactive reload. Maybe
I forget what the hand cannon is.
I don't know. But the pulse rifle I did get to use a little bit of, and that is fun because it has full auto. And you can max its stability out, so
Even
it's
better.
just like a full
That's perfect.
laser.
That's
which is
ideal.
great.
That's ideal.
Good guns.
love it.
Good fun.
Yeah.
Good God, let's eat.
Well, hopefully we jump into it.
Yes.
Run a Husky Raid.
You guys want to get on
hard mode.
right after this podcast? Get on
Well, we
hard
were
raid?
we were gonna do it
Or you
yesterday.
guys want trials
Oh, right now?
right after this podcast?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No.
let's do that.
We should podcast and trials.
You don't want me
at the
to
same
try.
time.
I mean, we could do it. We should
Yeah,
really figure
there's
out
already
how to do
two
this.
TVs in this room.
We should really
so
figure out how to
one.
do this podcast live. Period.
That's true.
should
Yeah.
really do
No. What? Okay, we can.
We'll figure that out.
We're already
next
already adding the annotations for the one guy
Yeah.
that yelled at
Jeez.
us. I can't remember his name,
I don't know
but he's
either.
a really nice guy.
Good
and
comment.
Good listener.
He was a nice person.
He was a
yeah.
nice guy.
Hope you're listening now, buddy.
Hope you're listening. I
We'll
don't
put an
remember who it
annotation.
is.
We'll put an annotation just for when we're praising you.
Yep. Praise annotation is
write that
3259.
3259.
All right.
Good.
All right, moving on to
Done with the hard
done
mode.
with hard mode raid. We're
Let's
gonna
talk about the fun stuff.
the
coming
fun
up,
stuff,
which is
Festival of
already
Lost.
active when you're listening to this.
Indeed.
What
Yeah,
was it?
and that's gonna be a bummer, but we're still gonna talk about
Yes.
what we're excited about, and
Yes.
We'll talk
and all
about the
that.
application of everything next week.
Yes, of course,
We'll
of
say-
course,
we'll
because
talk
it's gonna
about it.
last.
It's gonna be
It's gonna last for
2
a good
weeks,
2
yeah.
weeks, which is nice.
Festival of the Lost.
You do the reverb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do it on Kyle.
Okay.
The Festival of the Lost.
Fantastic. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's starting.
How about that trailer though for it? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch.
They had
it.
an
You didn't watch the
Eris-
trailer?
You didn't watch the trailer for it?
didn't watch the trailer?
It was awesome
I
because they had the best part was that they had Eris like talking
Yeah,
about it,
narrating
like
it. It was
narrating,
cool.
like it was a cutscene specifically for Festival of the Lost, and it was awesome. And she was like, "I don't know why everyone's so happy
Yeah.
and cheerful while we're celebrating the dead."
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool trailer.
Well, I'll have to check it out.
You didn't need to check it out. It was pretty.
I'm sorry, I was busy checking out trailers for Logan and Guardians 2.
You were too busy. The trailer load was too much this week.
It was
for
too
you.
much. Too many
You
trailers.
literally didn't have 2 minutes of free time.
Nope.
all
No.
week.
Not at all. Not at
I
all.
played Trials with you for hours.
3 cards. 3 cards. I could have watched it at any time. What are we excited about? I know what I'm excited about. One
masks.
More masks, more every. I think the masks excite me less than the cool load-ins and like Pumpkinhead.
My problem with all
spawns.
that stuff is I
that
always just
temporary?
end up hoarding it and
Yeah, I
never
know.
using it. I'm excited for the pumpkin heads because we use those for 30-minute pumpkin dances sometimes.
I have
but
like 40 pumpkin heads in my vault.
I have
already,
so many.
though. So
Yeah.
I don't ever use them.
Yeah.
I think those are cool, but really what I really want the most is probably the Sparrow. I think that thing looks sick.
Oh yeah,
It looks cool.
it does.
I want the shaders too because I love all shaders, no matter if they're ugly
I like
looking.
the shaders.
Anything
I like the shaders a
exclusive,
lot.
I want it. That's really what it is. Anything
Yeah.
I can only get for 2 weeks, I have to have all of it.
Yeah.
I have to hoard it forever.
Give it to me.
I'm so glad they added a kiosk for holiday stuff.
I know. So glad.
I want 2 things.
I know what you want.
I want the Devil Ghost.
Yep.
And I want the KKK Ghost.
Yeah, the
Because I'm
KKK ghost.
super excited.
The don't pull this ghost out in front of Saladin ghost.
Yep.
Yeah.
He will not be comfortable.
Whoa, what's that?
What is that?
Are those ghosts going to be infusible?
Yeah, I'm assuming
They're
so.
shells. I mean, it says they're
Yeah, it
shells.
says
Okay,
ghost
that's
shell in the description.
So just like the chocolate
I would hope
ones
so.
that you
Yeah, if you can have
know,
the chocolate and the hard one for
It's true,
Valentine's
yeah.
Day, there's no reason to get rid of the
unless the
ghost.
perks suck. I mean, but it's got to have some kind of like Halloween, Festival of the Lost thing that it does. I feel
Yeah,
like, but
whatever. Perks,
but the
I'm gonna
ghost
use
in
it.
the
It's
sheet
awesome.
just looks so ridiculous.
I love
that
it.
I need it.
I love it because it reminds me of our Halloween special last year.
Yeah.
Where we did all the puns with all the masks from last year in Destiny Cops, and one of the jokes was just a guy dressed up as a ghost. He was just in white,
It's just in
but all of
Chatterwhite, right?
everything that he says in the video is a Peter Dinklage quote.
It's
So,
fantastic. Oh, I'm super.
That's
It's a
why
ghost,
it
and I
reminded
just
me
think
of it,
that's
so
so awesome. It does
agree.
have a white sheet vibe that goes along with it, but
Iffy,
it's.
Yeah, it's
But I
a
don't
little
think.
bit.
I
what are you
think.
gonna do putting a white sheet over a pointy
Yeah.
ghost?
What
I
What are,
mean,
you gonna do? The Pope Ghost? I mean,
Yeah.
what else can you call it?
I know.
I got nothing.
But no, I think all the new masks look cool too. Ghost Head is probably the one I like the most because I like to.
I think that one's cool.
I
too.
like to hold my ghost in front of people anyway and pretend it's their head. So now
Yeah,
I
so-
can like do that for real. That's
Yeah.
the one that I predicted that I guessed would be one on the Planet Destiny podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. And
Do you think
it's 2 weeks? And I don't know. It's always one of those that I get tired of it after a while.
It does. Well, I hope
you're-
that there's.
You're loading in second week, and
I wish my wish for Festival of the Lost would be that they made it so there was something different to do each week, like the quest continued over, so it wasn't like I do everything the first 3 days and now I'm just like constantly emptying this bag that I don't.
It'll be
Yeah.
cool
deal
if there's
with anymore.
imagine if there's actual like PvE stuff to do rather than just like the fun like candy, like inside jokes where you have to jump off the ledge if you're Atheon and stuff. Like those things are cool, but like if they had something where like the wolves came back or something and you had to go kill them, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have something
A quest
that's
that was
rewarding.
tied to the lore of the Festival of the
And
Lost.
it has a quest with it.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm
should.
just really excited to see what it is.
because last year it was
how
pretty
it
much
is.
just trick or treat and get check off some achievements as you get masks.
It was amazing because I was there when it switched, when the game kicked us out, and we had no clue that this was coming, and then we all loaded back in, and everything was
Everything
changed.
had changed. That's awesome.
And we were all of a sudden
What's
going
this?
trick or treating. What's this? What's this? And we just went around trick or treating, and it
That's
was the
pretty
best
cool.
day, one of the best days in Destiny.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm worried because I only have like 2 days this week that I get to play it because I'm going to be
'cause you're
traveling.
traveling.
Yeah, so I got to really try to get everything done in 2 days.
and you will be. And
Well, you'll be back though, because
I'll be back because it lasts 2 weeks, so I'll be back.
Yeah, so you'll
for
get some of the
all
end.
of next week. But I was
Yeah.
just in case there's anything I can only get this first week or anything crazy.
Gotta
I get
cram it.
done. Yeah, or if there's quests that need multiple people, I don't want to be the guy on the second
yeah.
week who everyone else has already done
Guys,
it.
help
I was
me.
like, "Anybody want- you guys want to do this quest? I've already done it."
That's me. We got to
Yeah.
do Outbreak Prime sometime.
You don't need that. Well, I need
I
to
need you guys.
help me get the quest on my Warlock or my Titan, and then I can do it with you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Because we got our, Warlock right here.
Yeah.
Always.
Warlock, yep.
Well, you can get it on your Titan. I'll get on my Warlock. Then we can do the Outbreak Prime
There we
quest
go.
with them.
Then I can get another 390 gun.
I just infused my Outbreak Prime into something today.
Nice.
So I already have lots of 390 guns, and I was like, I can just buy this back anyway. So
Yeah, at this point, I'm rarely saving exotics.
Yeah.
They're infused material.
they are.
Got a second Trespasser day. That was
Nice.
kind of cool.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
Now I'm dual
one
wielding
thing I'm a little
Trespassers.
sour on the Festival of the Lost, though, is that now Bungie's charging you for the paper masks that they gave away for free last year. Like, you could download like a cutout sheet that you could then print off and cut out and make your own real life paper mask.
They're charging for...
I
they're
didn't know
charging for
that.
the
I thought they were
PDFs.
going to do the
Yeah,
same thing.
they're charging for PDFs $10
That's
to
dumb.
be able to make the
like
masks.
barely anybody did it last year. Why
I
did they
know.
feel like, ooh, let's charge?
I'm just trying
people.
to milk a little bit more out of us, I guess. They're
Okay.
just really
But
dedicated people.
If you search,
Yeah, I know.
you're going to be able to get
If one person buys it, everyone has it. I mean, that's really what
It's
it
what's
is.
going to happen.
They give you one for free. They give you the Siva head.
Yeah, the
thing,
Siva one.
the Siva dome.
Because they tweeted
guy.
that earlier today, and there's a lot of little microtransactions that I think are. I mean, they're already upsetting people.
Yeah,
I am not bothered by it quite yet, but if they keep forcing it,
they push it a little too much.
They have come a little bit towards us, though, but towards the they've helped a little bit with the ornaments, like when you apply the ones on the Days of Iron ones, it no longer costs silver to apply them to the ornament. So they have made like a step towards making
They
it
gave
better.
us an inch so
Yeah.
that they could take a mile later. But
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of little things with the silver and the. I'm just.
I
not a
kind of
fan
like.
of.
I like the idea that the silver dust. It seems like that's going to be the unified way of using things permanently, basically. And I have a lot of it because I don't use ornaments or anything. So it's going to be helpful for me when it comes to getting these masks forever. Hopefully.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
We'll see.
I'm worried because they keep doing it. They're not doing it and going, oh, that's no one likes that. They're doing it, and clearly some people
They're making
must
money.
be they're making money, or they wouldn't keep doing it.
It's not Bungie's fault, though. I mean, a lot of this has got to be Activision's hand in it because they're business partners, and Activision already does tons of stuff like this in their Call of Duty games.
True, but Bungie could say no.
Well, Activision funded. I think part of the way that they got the game made is they give away some rights on things like that.
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure they can say no to some stuff, but they can't be like hard no, we're never doing microtransactions.
I think at this point, Activision and Bungie are essentially the same thing, and so we cannot stipulate as a gamer. We cannot stipulate between the two because Bungie's making the ultimate decision, even if it's force fed.
As long as it's all this cosmetic stuff, I don't care. Right now, it's just
I'm all for microtransactions, actually.
as long as other people buy stuff and it funds more free actual stuff for me, then I'm okay with it.
I think that, that's my thing. It's giving them money to use to put back into the game, hopefully. So I'm fine with it. But
I mean, I don't like having to spend money as a content creator to get stuff.
to get emotes that you might be used.
Later, because I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. We might use this a year and a half from now. I better buy it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I don't get too upset about ornaments and anything like that because I don't need them. I don't pay that much attention
I mean,
to it.
certainly.
It's fine. As long as there's always a way for me to earn to actually earn anything that has infusible light in it, then I'm okay, I guess.
I get you.
There basically is. It's just kind of hard. There's RNG involved, but at least I could have gotten some things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Time for the big news.
Oh yeah, the big news. It's not Destiny.
That's not Destiny. The big news.
Big news that's kind of small.
Big news that's small. I like that.
Big news
I like
little
that.
package.
The big news in a little portable package.
We're talking Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Are we excited, gentlemen?
Switch.
That's an understatement.
Yes.
Excited doesn't even describe it.
I am so pumped. I'm psyched.
Yes.
I'm fully loaded.
Dare I be an internet just stereotype and say that I am hyped?
I'm
Whoa.
hyped.
Scott,
hype train.
Are you on the hype train?
I'm riding the hype train.
Well, choo choo.
So excited. Was this what you guys were expecting?
No.
No?
No, because they leaked. Remember those old photos of the NX, and it was like a little, I don't know, hexagon.
Oh yeah, the
thing
little like circular thing.
Yeah.
That looked terrible.
that looked like a
PSP that somebody like shaved into a weird shape.
Yeah, it was. That's what I thought the NX was going to end up looking like, and then instead they put out this awesome, fun trailer.
It is much more streamlined than I expected it to be. It is so much more.
It's kind of
professional.
It's kind of
like
what I expected, but like 1,000 times better than any of what my actual expectations were for it.
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
The Wii. I mean, I love the Wii U, but like the gamepad, it basically looks like a leapfrog toy.
Yeah, it looks like a toy.
Yeah, but this is a tablet. It looks like a tablet.
It looks like a tablet.
Sleek, normal. It's just a.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you can tell that a lot of R&D went into this. I mean, come on, like it's insane that this is, I think, something that will appeal to the younger players, which is of course Nintendo's forte.
Yeah.
But this is something that I think a lot of gamers who have bashed Nintendo forever, they'll still bash Nintendo.
Well, yeah.
But some people will come around. Some people will come around, and this is a tablet, a system that could be used by the pro gamer. I mean, the legit gamer.
That seemed to be what they were going for in the trailer, because they just showed like
no
people
kids
our age using it to not have to be outside.
Mid-20s, playing, on the go. In the really nice apartment. Can I just say I love that apartment?
Like, I really want that apartment. I was on that apartment where you can go to a roof party next door.
Yeah.
There's no roof parties where we're at.
Where I live. No.
I'm a little skeptical.
In what way? What about?
I am definitely a little skeptical.
And how dare you?
I think that this trailer was a perfect trailer, and it showed a lot of people using it in different ways, and I don't know. You
think it's going to do too much?
My biggest skepticism is just seeing Nintendo as a whole and seeing that they have not been successful with a console yet. Really, they have.
Well, you mean
game?
Of the last two consoles, right?
Of the last four.
The Wii, which was like the second most selling console of all time,
like extremely successful.
But yeah, other than that,
it's not capturing the audience like this trailer. Nintendo has failed to be a great console seller when you look at Xbox versus PS4, and I think that versus
of the last generation.
Well, yeah,
I would agree. The Wii U bombed.
was a bomb totally. That's not up for.
But this is I think this is
the
them
Wii
actually.
The Wii sold more than the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
Yep.
Okay.
It was literally, it's like PS2 and then Wii. Like, that's it for console sales.
But it's a totally different audience, and they're not going for that audience.
Well, yeah,
anymore.
but we're just saying in terms of sales, that's all for what you're saying.
I think the big reason why I'm skeptical is in that trailer, they're doing a lot of things that I don't see people doing ever in real life. I don't see people playing basketball and then taking their Wii's out and setting them on the
You don't see
on a
people
table
playing basketball.
and playing. I don't see people
play basketball.
setting it up.
Not on TV.
It's just something that it needs to be really cheap. I feel like cost wise for people to actually make the leap forward. But
see, I have to disagree, because when Pokemon Go came out, like, that is all I saw. I went downtown and it was the middle of summer and just mass amount of people. If they
Pokemon
tap into
Go
that,
is accessible, the most accessible you can get. Everyone already has the console for Pokemon Go. This is something people have to buy and download and understand. And I'm just skeptical that it's going to make as big of a splash as everybody thinks it is. I think it's really cool, and I want one. But
yeah,
I'm just I don't know. I'm skeptical that it's the magic device, the magic console.
I don't really measure, for me, when it comes to the console. I don't really care how many other people buy it necessarily. I mean, I want support by other developers and everything. Right. But I loved my Wii U, even though it was the biggest bomb that Nintendo's ever had. And I loved
Wii U too. But
and so for me, all I care about is that this device looks perfect for what I want. and I'm going to enjoy it no matter what.
And I have to agree there. Like when I think of commutes or anything like that, I'm thinking this fits my daily life extremely well.
Yeah.
But when
and
are
I'm
you
not
commuting,
the normal,
though? When are you commuting and needing a game to play? Like
all the time.
The only thing that it uses, you're drive. Like
I'm not
we
one,
drive around.
My wife
things
drives. I have a 30-minute drive to get here all the time. If I'm ever driving here with my wife, I'm gonna bring the thing. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah. It's gonna be the thing. I feel like it's gonna be the new.
I mean, saying when are you ever
DS, I mean,
playing
it's
is
gonna be
like,
the
what's
next
the point
thing.
of the 3DS then? People play that still. That's a huge seller.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anybody who owns a. I know like three
you know
people who
two of them right
like
here.
Yeah, like you guys.
We're
And
friends
Will
with each other.
and John.
Like
You're like the only person I know who plays games who
have
doesn't
one.
own one.
Yeah.
the only thing about the console you can take with you that excites me is that I can sit on the couch downstairs while Carrie watches something on the TV like One Tree Hill, and I can sit next door and play Skyrim on my game console without having to
Fingers crossed.
without
that we
having
get
to
Skyrim.
Yes,
set
it's
up
actually there. Yeah.
an entire game system. And I'm also skeptical that it's actually going to be able to play console games. I just cannot believe that it will unless I see it.
It's made
So-
with the NVIDIA, custom version of the NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip,
Yes.
which means it is at least more powerful than a 360 or PS3.
Yeah.
But
just the handheld.
yeah, that's,
Well, that's
the
cool.
NVIDIA
That's
Shield tablet right
undocked.
now runs currently, which is going to be less powerful than the NS most likely because it's not using a custom chip and it's not all streamlined for one device. It can run games better than the 360 and the PS3 at like higher frame rates with like.
But not the
better
Xbox
resolution.
One.
No, not that yet.
Then how is it supposed to play this new content?
listen, that's
that
what I'm
comes
saying.
out,
This
you know?
is
like how,
this is the last. I'm saying the Nvidia one is better than the Xbox 360, and that the NS is guaranteed better than the Nvidia Shield.
So
you don't
it
know where
could
it will
be,
fall.
yeah.
It could fall.
It could be at the
levels.
Xbox
my
One.
hope is that
could
it
be-
can, but it's just so hard for me to see like Xbox come out with.
I mean,
the
Xbox
Slim
One
and, like,
is very compared to PC very sub medium. Like it's not even
Like cheap PC.
Yeah, it's not even like
Dell laptop.
medium expensive.
the Xbox.
Yeah, the
Xbox
Xbox
One.
One.
yeah.
So all I'm saying is it's not completely unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, okay. That you could get a portable thing that is of roughly like close to its power.
Okay.
I think this is the future of gaming, personally. Like everyone's talking about VR, and I think VR is awesome.
Yes.
But VR is not portable. Like, I mean, you can take it with
Tell
you. I
that
can
to
take
my
my
virtual
phone.
boy, you bastard.
You can take that everywhere with you, but no one's gonna want to hang out with you
No,
anymore.
they don't. No.
But it's a stationary thing.
Yeah.
Right. You go. You pop your phone on, and you're
Yeah.
there, but you're moving around like in the virtual reality. This is. I can go and I can not have to bundle everything up to take my console to your house, or to take it to your house, or to take it to the party.
Well, you do if you want to play it on the TV. Like you have to take the whole system with it, right? The whole like plug into your.
Well, and that is what I'm
stuff
wondering
and-
is with saves, if they're going to be cloud saves, can I come over to your house and dock my tablet into your dock?
And then
That sounds dirty.
it does.
But
Good.
will playing multiplayer looks like it'll be so much easier. Like there will be very little issues.
I don't know how any of it's going to work. The whole
I
thing
think that's what
hurts
I'm-
my brain to try to think about.
It's
how-
weird. I think the multiplayer. I think it's a really cool concept to have each of those sides click off, and then you can use those as
As
multiplayer
mini
things.
controllers.
They're really tiny.
They look
That's
so
weird.
uncomfortable. Though.
I'm worried about that.
Here's the thing.
That's
for
where I'm
me,
worried.
I feel like the clicking them off and having each friend use one, that's what you do when like your parents bought you it and they didn't buy you any accessories. I'm a grown up. I'm going to just buy controllers. If people want to play with me, I'll just give them a damn controller and then they
Here
can
you go.
play.
Here's your controller.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that doesn't bother me because I
No.
know I'm going to buy multiple pro controllers anyway. I'm not going to use the stupid little side
Yeah.
thing. Although, if you pay close attention to the trailer, you can see they actually have extensions added onto them to make them more comfortable in your hand.
Yeah,
when
so
you're
they're not
That's
really
sideways.
really
because they
small.
look.
Because
sometimes
you
it
would need
looks
a
like
little-
it would be uncomfortable.
It does. I think
looking at
that's
it,
more for little kids to me than anything. Like that was one of the things where it would have been better to have a kid in the trailer because there's like two grown-ups in the back seat of a car.
Yeah, like huddled
playing.
together,
I'm like, what grown-ups are in the back seat of the car like playing
Yeah.
that way? That's weird.
Nope, I'm driving with my knees while I'm playing whatever it is with you
playing
sitting
Mario,
next to me.
playing Mario Kart while
while driving.
Accidentally did a power spin in real life. Crap.
Oh, I'm super excited. And I was telling you guys today, and I think it's worth mentioning again, I have no idea what gaming will look like on this. Like, they showed a lot in that trailer, but I've seen so many different things. I've seen tablet in your hand with the controllers. I've seen controllers in separate hands, like nunchucks.
Kind of that was cool.
I've seen the controllers docked on something small.
It's like
it's gotta be some sort of battery.
It looks kind of chargy, and then it's just basically like for when you're docked on the TV, I think.
Yeah.
It's just so you have a way to have that be a controller.
So I feel like there will be so many options. It looks thinner than a gamepad, but the screen is bigger than the gamepad screen.
Altogether, I think it is smaller than the gamepad.
I think that's right.
Even with the Joy-Cons on it, a little bit smaller, but the screen is a bit bigger.
It's larger.
And instead of it, the screen's definitely higher resolution because the gamepad's only 480p.
Yeah.
And I think this one, the rumors are it's 720p is all that the screen is, which is good enough for me.
Good enough for me.
But I think the gamepad looks
480,
fine.
The 480 was fine.
I know, right? That doesn't bother me. I'm that size, so I'm not worried.
I am sad to see the Wii U game. The thing I love about the game, about the Wii U, was being able to use the gamepad and have it be a multiplayer thing where one player's looking at the gamepad.
You like the asymmetrical?
Yeah, it's
gameplay?
that was so much fun, and it was the reason why I wish the Wii U was popular, because I wanted people to have it, and I think that's my argument for why I judge success of consoles on people having it, because I like to share experiences with people, and I want people to have it so I can play it at other people's houses, you know, and but. Yeah, that was one thing that I wanted. I loved about the Wii U, and we're not getting that with this Nintendo Switch.
We're not, but they still look like they're pretty heavily pushing the local multiplayer, which is more than I can say for any of the other consoles that I have right now. Like even in that trailer,
with
there
multiple
were people,
consoles. Or?
No, with like one console. Even in that trailer, you could see people like playing on the same tablet screen. I can't do that in most of the games on the Xbox One on the TV.
True. Yeah,
So that's already
local
more
co-op
for
and local
sharing.
multiplayer.
It's less for Nintendo, but more than Xbox and PS.
Yeah, exactly. They're still
I think that is where they will kind of take that sweep as the party play. Yeah. Because there really is no party play anymore. Other than the Wii U.
It adds to my worry about these third parties wanting to put games on the Nintendo Switch. Like they have their games set up for Xbox and PlayStation. Why are they going to try and port it to Nintendo Switch? Why are they going to go through that hassle? You know, I don't know. I'm still skeptical about the whole process, about how it will all come together. I think you guys have done a really good job defending it though. So I'm a little more hopeful for it and everything, but for me the jury's still out.
I'm seeing a lot more, at the very least, I'm seeing a lot more praise from people online than I ever saw for the Wii U about this. So I'm excited from a sales standpoint about that too. Just more people seem interested in this.
More hype. The hype is enough.
The trailer
to get
for the
sales.
Switch is already Nintendo's most viewed video on their YouTube page. It has more than the Wii U trailer got over its 5 years since it's been posted. So there's already more people who know what the Switch is probably than who knew what the Wii U ever was.
I think this excites a lot of people. I think this is Nintendo coming into the 21st century.
For me, it's essentially what I always kind of wanted the Wii U to be. My biggest gripe with the Wii U was always that I had 30 feet that I could separate myself from the console. So I could barely make it to the bathroom and keep playing. Now I can go anywhere. But I don't know. I think it will... as long as the third-party developers stay with it at first, I think it has a chance. Because my only reason I buy other consoles is so I can play the third-party games that I can't get on Nintendo. Yeah. Like, to me, it's always like I get a console and I get the Nintendo one because I want all the Nintendo games, and I obviously want some of the third-party ones too. But we have more third-party support for it than there was on the Wii U, listed at least already.
I saw Bethesda and Square Enix and Activision.
The people who make Dark Souls were on there too.
From
Software. Yeah.
If only Bungie was... I guess Activision.
Well, Activision's on there.
Ooh,
I would definitely buy it I would definitely buy it. Bungie, listen, I would definitely buy it if you can get Destiny on it and I can transfer characters between console systems. If I could do that, it would be an instant buy for me so I could just play Destiny on the go. Oh, another thing, you need internet connection for all these new games. And you're not going to have...
a lot of them.
And like... During commutes, you're not going to have internet
Well, for something like
connection.
Destiny, but for Skyrim Remastered, you won't need an internet connection to play that.
Zelda, you won't need internet.
No,
Yeah.
none of Nintendo's ones will ever
Right.
make you have to have the internet, obviously. But
and that's, I want the third parties in on it. It just,
I
don't
still
know.
feel the third parties would still release their games on it because the thing about it too, one of the reasons there's not a lot of third party support for the Wii U is Nintendo's software setup, the architecture of the system was actually really hard to port games. But this one, since the chips are done by NVIDIA and part of the OS was handled by NVIDIA as well, which means
if they're building on
it's
PC,
basically
if they're building on
guaranteed to be a much more streamlined process to port something over. It will not be as intensive.
It'll be good.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
So,
and what's
hopefully
great is
they
we
want
don't
to.
have that long of a time to wait.
I know, it's
not
coming
like-
out in March.
But
It's
they
not like,
said
here's
they're
a
not going to.
year.
Allegedly, they're not giving any more details until next year.
That doesn't surprise me.
Jeepers.
That does not surprise me.
I don't know if that's the right move though.
I don't
because
know.
Now we have. Well, now the time right now is the hype is here. If you wait
We are
2
going to be
months before I
questioning
get
a lot. We're
any
going to
more
be digging.
information, there's going to be a lot of people who saw the trailer who might forget about it by the time
Maybe.
they're releasing
I don't
more
know.
info.
2 months might fly by.
I think we'll get little things. People will find
think
things.
we'll
People
get
are
little
digging
things
into the
too.
old patents and
They
finding
are.
things.
Some of the patents are like, I don't even know how that's possible. If they could make that happen, like that you use
Someone
other
else,
people's consoles to help have processing power on yours, and they had a reward system in place for how much time you let other people use your console for processing.
Basically,
So it was-
putting your console
Sounds
to sleep.
amazing. If that's
Yeah.
real, that's just
I
incredible.
don't even know how. I don't even know, but I think realistically, what the doc will really do.
That's how the government gets you. That's how the government gets you.
The government. I don't know if the dock can realistically add any processing power because it's not like you can just like add a processor in the middle of playing something.
It's got to be all
I don't
on
know
the
how it would
tablet.
work.
I mean,
But you
it feels like it
you
should.
can get more power. Like it's a gaming laptop is more powerful when it's plugged in.
Those boards don't work on water.
Yes, it's more powerful when it's plugged in than when it's unplugged. So you can overclock the CPU on it when it's plugged in. You can have fans in the dock that allow it to run more energy to the chips, so they're better.
All of this makes me so excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm a Nintendo fanboy, just like you. I'm a Nintendo fanboy, and so I see this and I go, "This is the thing. This is gonna be."
I don't know
thing.
if it's for everyone, but it's exactly what I want.
I don't think it's going to be
know.
the console killer by any means.
No.
But this is going to be what the PS Vita was supposed to be.
True.
And the only reason people use the PS Vita is because they hope that it was this. If you bought one, you were hoping for this.
Yeah.
And this is I think this is it. And I think even if it's not the next Wii, I mean, even if we're not talking super high sales, the door that it opens for other groups doing something similar, they're not moving VR. I mean, Nintendo's not moving toward VR. This is something totally different, whereas everyone else is moving toward VR. They're moving mobile gaming. If you look at where the money is, it's in the mobile gaming. And I think this is going to be really interesting.
It's going to be interesting because I feel like there are a lot of parallels in a way to the Wii, where when they came out with it and it was motion controls and everything, people are like, what the hell is this?
What is
Nobody
this?
wants this.
Nobody wants this.
Nintendo
And now,
has been kind of trying to recapture that casual market interest in all of that time. And I feel like they've come up with something that captivates the more core gamer and the casual gamer at the same time, possibly.
I think they have a good thing going with the release time of it, because we're at a time where nobody's really excited about new Xboxes. Nobody's excited about new PlayStations, but there's a new console out, and it's the Nintendo Switch.
March is an interesting time.
I am rooting.
It's not a holiday.
I am rooting for
it's
this
not
thing
summer.
to make it and be really good.
Yeah.
I just want it to be, and I don't want to be disappointed. I want to be forced to buy this thing. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out, if it has Skyrim and I'm sitting on your couch playing Skyrim, that'll probably force you to buy it. I feel like.
I think so too. I think so too.
It might.
I'm fairly confident that it will have Skyrim, despite Bethesda's
It has to. They were it was like 10 times in that.
I know some
thing.
people.
Like,
some people point out that there were like there's an old Wii U sizzle reel where they have third-party developers talking about like games that they're going to bring to the Wii U, and it shows like games that never came out on it. But I'm like, it doesn't show any of them being played on the console. It's just developers being like, when we port this over, it's going to be great. Yeah. But they don't show any footage from the Wii U.
There's going to be
footage.
Skyrim. There has to be.
That has to mean that it can. That it can play it in some aspect.
Yes. I mean, Nintendo does a lot of stuff where they'll put like when the Wii U came out, they put fake like Wii U sports games on it, basically, where like, just examples of how you could use the tech. But this is another company's game in their trailer. They had to have gotten permission to put footage of Skyrim on the tablet in the thing. There's no way they were just like, we're just gonna do it, and whether or not they put the game on here, like, it's ridiculous.
I'm super excited. I think we're all excited.
Kyle
There's
is
some skepticism, but that's okay. That's understandable.
The jury's still out for me. I feel like you guys have.
That's
made
a
the
totally.
verdicts,
I think that's a totally.
But I wanted the new Nintendo games. They look great. I wanted just to play the Nintendo games, which is saying something because I haven't owned one in a long time. But the new Nintendo games look cool.
The new Zelda.
I have the option.
Great.
New 3D Mario.
Bungie.
New 3D Mario looks.
I am super excited.
Bungie make Destiny for it. Let me change characters over. Then I'll buy it.
Do it. Just do it.
It might be possible. I think the only reason we can't do it on PlayStation and Xbox is like either PlayStation, I think, is being kind of a dick about it.
It's got to be some licensing.
Yeah,
it's gotta be something.
I think they could. It's just one of the two parties is like, I'm down with it, and the other one's like, no. So
yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to know.
I know.
Gentlemen, last thoughts before we close for the evening.
Oh, we got to do Netflix.
I know.
It's horror week.
Yeah, but last thoughts on the NS.
NS now. It's weird. I have a hard time with that. I read NS. I'm like, did you mean to put NX?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I know what I'm saying.
The Switch.
If it's half as satisfying to click those controllers as the trailer made seem, then I'm in.
Click.
Is it a touchscreen?
We don't know.
We don't know, but all the rumors I have read say that it is. And there's a lot of people I see online that are like, why would they bother making it a touchscreen? They want the same game experience on the TV as
I
on
need
the
it
thing.
to be a touchscreen.
And I'm like, well, they don't have to have the touchscreen be part of the game in any way, but
why didn't they have people touch it in the trailer though, you know?
Well, because they were showing off just the game features when they're showing off like browsing the OS and things like that. Everything I've read, all the rumors say that it is unlike the Wii U. It's not resistive touch. It is multi-finger capacitive touch, just like your phone.
All right, cool.
It won't happen. I mean, it won't be in game. In most of our games, like you're not going to be able to do anything with Skyrim.
At most, it would be like you can navigate the menu with it, with the touchscreen. But if this thing, they're going to put Netflix on it.
Quick press.
They want this to be
item.
They want this to be the thing that the kid takes with them, like to Christmas when they're bored. Yeah, kids watch YouTube and Netflix and crap like that on their tablets, on their phones. Yep. If their Nintendo wants them using this instead, it's going to have a touchscreen.
I'm so excited.
If it doesn't have a touchscreen, I'll eat my phone's touchscreen.
There it is. There it is.
There it is.
There it is. All right, we've got to talk Netflix and wrap up.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and horror. What do you guys have for us this week?
I am presenting this week one that a lot of people should have heard the buzz about.
Do we get the spooky?
Spooky? Yeah, there was a lot of buzz for my movie somewhat like a couple years ago.
You ready?
Yes. Ba-ba-ba-dook.
Terrifying. It's still just as scary.
Yeah. The Babadook.
Yeah.
It's a
fantastic movie.
It's a dark movie it's just a good movie regardless of the scariness.
It really is.
There's nothing really gross in it. There's nothing really graphic in it. It's just kind of a psychological thing, and it's really dark, and it's a good movie. Really kind of creepy looking monster and book in it. It's got an interesting little lore world built around it. Highly recommend it for not a super scary night, but just a night when you want a little something.
It's hard not to give away too much about that movie, honestly. But you really, I understand why you're keeping it so minimal, because it is a very good movie.
It is.
And just go and watch it.
Yep. Watch the Babadook.
Kyle, what do you got for us today?
My scary movie is one that I saw a long time ago that is in the horror movie section. Tremors.
Tremors 5.
Tremors.
Okay,
5.
I didn't see Tremors 5, but that's the one in Netflix. But I think I saw Tremors 3.
Isn't Tremors 1 on Netflix?
It was at one point.
Maybe any of the Tremors. I remember watching it. It was like the first like thriller, scary movie I saw, and I was terrified that giant snake worm things were gonna eat me.
Tremors.
So
Tremors is a great movie. If the first one's on there, watch that one.
Yeah, that one's the top choice.
Second one is okay.
I
Watch
don't know
the
that
one.
I've seen anything past Tremors.
Don't
1 and
watch
2.
the one where it takes place in the past and there's like flying tremors in one of them. It's no good.
That
Don't
doesn't
watch
even
that
sound
one.
fun. That doesn't even sound fun.
No, it's not good. But Kevin Bacon's in the first one.
Yeah, that's why I like
so
it.
solid movie right there.
He is a Tremor.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
And then my recommendation for this week is the Amityville Horror.
Ryan Reynolds version.
The Ryan Reynolds version, of course. I love the original, but I think that if you're watching Netflix and you want a good creep chill, that's a good movie. Ryan Reynolds, Amityville Horror.
Cool.
If you're used to the Ryan Reynolds that you have seen recently,
He ain't your Deadpool.
he ain't your Deadpool. He is not funny at all. He's got like 2 moments where he like kind of says a sarcastic joke, but this is like high drama thriller Ryan Reynolds that I don't think we see enough.
No.
We're used to the jokey one, and I think this would change. If you've never seen him do serious, this would change your perspective on him.
I think that was like the first Ryan Reynolds movie I ever saw, really.
It'd be up there for me. I mean, I probably didn't see a whole lot when
I think
he
we
was like,
rented
really
it
young,
because
but-
my sister had a crush on him.
Yeah.
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 It's a good movie.
He looks good. He's shirtless for quite a bit, so I would understand.
I remember that part about why she wanted to rent it.
It's very different. If you've seen the original Amityville Horror and you haven't seen this one, it's very different while still telling pretty much the same story. It's fantastic. Of course, it's based on a true story, so that's always fun too when it comes to horror.
And none of these are like that disgusting or anything.
No,
So
nothing too
it's
graphic.
nothing.
We did a good job
nothing
this
weird.
week.
Good job.
Thank
Good job, Tyler.
Thank
for
you.
not choosing
Yeah.
something.
This is the week. If you're going to watch the movies, this is the one that you can handle
Because
it.
next week I'm saying the ABCs of horror because it's my last time. That's what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna mess all your minds up.
Gross.
Good.
Fantastic.
Well, one more thing.
One more thing.
There's something while we're talking about spooky stuff.
Spooky.
Spooky
I just have to
stuff.
share
Spoopy stuff.
that there's something that I will be sharing on our YouTube channel there in a couple
Oh.
days.
What?
And it was I saw it. It was definitely something, and it was kind of weird. But
Oh.
yeah, I saw it. It was at Crota's End. I didn't know what was going on. But
Really?
But yeah, so be looking out for
Something
our
weird
channel
in
this
Crota's
week.
End.
So,
That's weird.
Yeah. So
Huh.
Interesting.
just
Well,
wanted
we'll
to share
post
that
the
real
footage,
quick.
and then if you've seen the same thing, maybe
Yeah.
you can let us know.
Let us
how
know
to
Yeah,
if
of
you've
course.
seen it.
Of
and,
course.
See if you think it's a glitch or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, kind of an ominous way to end this episode, but certainly, I guess, be looking for something weird,
Yeah.
something weird happening.
Something weird.
Husky Raid, Husky Radio,
Husky Radio.
signing off. Episode 13. Thanks for listening.
Later.
Boom.